In the bustling heart of ancient Rome in the year 100 BC, a child was born into the Julian clan, an influential branch of the aristocratic elite. This child, Julius Caesar, would grow to be a name etched in the annals of history, shaping the course of Western civilization. His early years were marked by the traditional upbringing of a Roman noble, steeped in the arts of rhetoric, combat, and the intricate politics of the Republic. The turning point in Caesar's early life came in 85 BC when his father passed away, thrusting him into the role of head of the household at a tender age. Welcome to another episode of Plaid Chronicles. This responsibility came at a tumultuous time in Rome, as the Republic was riven by conflict between the Optimates, favoring the aristocracy, and the populares, advocates for the common people. In 83 to 82 BC, Caesar made a pivotal decision, aligning himself with the populares by marrying Cornelia, the daughter of a prominent member of this faction.
Yeah, Jessica's a gold digger, but I'm a gold digger.
This marriage was not just a union of hearts, but a strategic alignment, drawing Caesar into the sphere of Marius, the leader of the populares and a hero to the common Roman. However, the winds of political fortune were fickle in Rome. In 81 BC, Lucius Cornelius Sulla, a staunch Optimate, seized power as dictator. Sulla's ascension posed a grave threat to young Caesar, whose familial ties to the populares now placed him in jeopardy. In a time when political affiliations could mean life or death, Caesar's survival hinged on the influence and connections of his mother's family, the Julii. They were instrumental in navigating the treacherous waters of Sulla's dictatorship, ensuring that Caesar, despite his populary connections, remained unscathed. Imagine for a moment the weight of such decisions on the young shoulders of Julius Caesar. How would you have navigated these perilous political waters? Would you have chosen safety or stood by your beliefs and alliances? As Caesar matured, he began to display the qualities that would define his legacy: ambition, intelligence, and a remarkable talent for both military and political strategy. His marriage to Cornelia and alignment with the populares set the stage for his future endeavors. It was a foundation that would support his ascent to the highest echelons of Roman power. This period of his life, while often overshadowed by his later military and political exploits, was crucial.
Hey!
Give me your name.
It's Caesar, from the house of Julian.
Arrest him.
It was during these formative years that Caesar developed the acumen and alliances that would propel him onto the world stage. His experiences under the shadow of Sulla's dictatorship taught him valuable lessons about power, loyalty, and survival in the merciless arena of Roman politics. Caesar's early life in Rome's aristocratic milieu, marked by personal loss, strategic alliances, and political navigation, was just the prelude to his eventual rise as one of history's most formidable leaders. Each decision, each alliance, each challenge he faced in these years was a step on the path that would lead him to change the Roman Republic forever. This journey, fraught with danger and intrigue, was not just a tale of personal ambition, but a reflection of the complex and often brutal world of Roman politics. In the year 80 BC, a young Julius Caesar, already marked by the trials and tribulations of Roman political strife, embarked on a journey that would further forge his destiny. He began his military service in Asia Minor, a region rife with conflict and opportunity. This period was crucial for Caesar, not just as a soldier, but as a man who would later command the most formidable army in the ancient world. His return to Rome in 78 BC, following the death of the dictator Sulla, marked the beginning of his legal career. Caesar dove into the legal arena with the same ferocity he would later show on the battlefield. His eloquence and sharp wit quickly made him a prominent figure in the Roman courts. But it was not just his legal acumen that caught the public eye. His flair for the dramatic and his willingness to challenge the status quo made him a figure of fascination in Rome. In 75 BC, an event occurred that seemed more akin to legend than reality. Caesar was captured by pirates. These weren't ordinary brigands. They were the scourge of the Mediterranean, feared and ruthless, but they didn't know whom they had taken. Caesar, with a confidence that bordered on audacity, insisted they increase his ransom, as they didn't understand his true value. Upon his release, he gathered a fleet, pursued his captors, and fulfilled his vow to crucify them, a testament to his unyielding resolve and a foreshadowing of the ruthlessness he was capable of.
I love that feeling of power.
By 69 BC, Caesar's rising star in Rome was undeniable. He was elected quaestor and served in Spain. It was here that his true potential as a military leader began to emerge. In Spain, he displayed not just strategic brilliance, but also a remarkable ability to inspire loyalty in his men. In 65 BC, Caesar returned to Rome, taking the office of aedile. He quickly set about gaining popularity with the Roman populace by organizing lavish public games. These games were not mere entertainment. They were a display of power and wealth, a statement of his ambition and his ability to captivate the masses. In 63 BC, Caesar reached a significant milestone in his career. He was elected Pontifex Maximus, becoming the chief priest of the Roman state religion. This position was not just a religious role, it was a powerful political office, giving him enormous influence over Roman society. Finally, in 62 BC, Caesar was elected praetor, another step up the ladder of Roman politics. His tenure as praetor was marked by the same vigor and ambition he had shown in his previous roles. From 61 to 60 BC, Caesar served as praetor in Spain. It was here that he began to show his true military prowess, displaying both strategic ingenuity and a remarkable capacity for leadership. His successes in Spain laid the groundwork for his future military campaigns and set the stage for his ascent to ultimate power.
There are pirate admirals, sea kings, with thousands of ships and troops more skilled in naval combat even than our own.
Pretty speeches like this won't even cook our lunch.
No, speeches do as little work as the Senate.
Throughout this period, Caesar was not just building a career, he was crafting a legacy. Imagine, if you will, the sheer force of will it took for a man to rise from the politically precarious position of his youth to become a symbol of power and ambition. How do you think Caesar viewed his own journey from the courts of Rome to the battlefields of Spain? This question invites us to ponder the depths of his ambition and the breadth of his vision. Caesar's rise through the military and political ranks of Rome was not just a tale of personal achievement, it was a saga that would forever alter the course of history. In 60 BC, Julius Caesar, now a rising star in the Roman political arena, embarked on a bold and unprecedented move. He formed an alliance known as the First Triumvirate with two of the most powerful figures in Rome, Pompey the Great, a military hero, and Marcus Licinius Crassus, the wealthiest man in Rome. This was not a mere political maneuver, it was a masterstroke that would redefine Roman politics. The triumvirate was a delicate balance of power, ambition, and mutual interest. Caesar needed the influence and resources of his partners, while Pompey and Crassus needed his popular support and political savvy. Together, they formed an unstoppable force that dominated the Roman political landscape. The alliance was more than a simple partnership. It was a fusion of military might, financial power, and popular appeal. In 59 BC, Caesar's influence peaked as he was elected consul. His consulship was marked by a series of bold reforms aimed at consolidating his power and pleasing the masses. It was during this time that he married Calpurnia, further solidifying his social standing in Roman society. However, his actions as consul angered the traditionalist faction in the Senate, setting the stage for future conflicts.
I will live forever.
The true test of Caesar's abilities came between 58 and 50 BC, when he embarked on the conquest of Gaul, the region corresponding to modern-day France and Belgium. This campaign was not just a military endeavor, it was a quest for glory, wealth, and a legacy that would last through the ages. The Gallic Wars, as they came to be known, were a showcase of Caesar's military genius, his ability to inspire his men, and his ruthless efficiency. The conquest of Gaul was a brutal affair, marked by pitched battles, sieges, and moments of sheer desperation.
Our cavalry's been attacked.
Caesar's commentaries on the Gallic War provide a first-hand account of the campaign's trials and triumphs. Through these writings, we see a leader who was both a strategist and a tactician, capable of both grand designs and decisive action in the heat of battle. His victories in Gaul were monumental. They not only expanded Rome's borders, but also filled its coffers. Caesar's share of the spoils made him immensely wealthy, further solidifying his position in Roman politics. But perhaps more importantly, his success in Gaul made him a military hero, idolized by his soldiers and feared by his enemies. The Gallic Wars also had profound implications for Roman society. They brought vast territories under Roman control, changing the dynamics of Roman power. The influx of wealth and slaves from Gaul had economic and social repercussions that resonated throughout the Republic. As we reflect on this period of Caesar's life, one cannot help but wonder, how did Caesar perceive his own role in the grand tapestry of history? Did he see himself as a conqueror, a liberator, or a mere opportunist? This question invites us to delve into the mind of one of history's most enigmatic figures. Caesar's formation of the First Triumvirate and his subsequent conquest of Gaul marked a turning point in Roman history. They were acts of ambition that showcased his political acumen and military prowess. These achievements were not just personal victories, they were events that reshaped the Roman world and set the stage for the monumental changes that were to come. In 49 BC, Julius Caesar stood on the banks of the Rubicon, a shallow river that marked the boundary of his provincial command. The decision before him was monumental. To cross the river was to declare war on Rome itself. With the famous phrase, "Alia iacta est," the die is cast, Caesar crossed the Rubicon, setting in motion a chain of events that would change the course of history. This act was an open rebellion against the Roman Senate and his former ally, Pompey the Great. It was a point of no return, a bold declaration that Caesar would not be subdued by the political machinations of his rivals. The ensuing civil war was a clash of titans, pitting Caesar's legions against the forces loyal to the Senate and Pompey. The pivotal moment came in 48 BC at the Battle of Pharsalus. Here, Caesar's military genius shone brightly. Despite being outnumbered, his troops outmaneuvered and defeated Pompey's forces. This victory was not just a testament to his strategic prowess, but also to the loyalty and discipline of his legions. Pompey, once the most celebrated general in Rome, fled to Egypt, where he was treacherously assassinated. Caesar's arrival in Egypt the following year marked a new chapter in his remarkable career. In Egypt, he became romantically involved with Cleopatra, the enigmatic and ambitious queen of the Nile. This alliance was not just a romantic liaison, it was a fusion of political ambitions. Cleopatra saw in Caesar a powerful ally, while Caesar gained a foothold in the rich and strategically important land of Egypt. In 46 BC, Caesar returned to Rome in triumph. His victories in the Civil War had left him the undisputed master of the Roman world. The Senate, wary of his power and popularity, declared him dictator for 10 years. This appointment was a stark departure from the traditions of the Roman Republic, which viewed the concentration of power with deep suspicion. The following year, in 45 BC, Caesar faced and defeated the last bastions of opposition to his rule at the Battle of Munda. This victory was decisive, effectively ending resistance to his authority. Reflect on this. How would the history of Rome have differed if Caesar had chosen not to cross the Rubicon? This question invites us to ponder the delicate balance of fate, ambition, and decision-making that shapes the course of history. Caesar's transition from a general to a dictator marked a significant shift in Roman politics. His ascent to power brought an end to the Roman Republic and laid the groundwork for the Roman Empire.
What's the worst that could happen?
The Civil War and Caesar's subsequent dictatorship were not just the culmination of his personal ambition. They were a reflection of the deep-seated conflicts within Roman society. His rise to absolute power was a harbinger of the end of the republican system, which had governed Rome for centuries. Caesar's actions during this period reshaped the political landscape of Rome, paving the way for the imperial system that would dominate the Mediterranean world for centuries to come. In the year 44 BC, the corridors of power in Rome buzzed with tension and whispers of conspiracy. Julius Caesar, once the master of the Roman world, had reached the pinnacle of power, declared dictator for life. His rule, once celebrated for its military victories and political reforms, was now seen by many as a threat to the ideals of the Roman Republic. The concentration of power in one man, a concept so alien to the Roman ethos, had created deep divisions in Roman society. The Ides of March, a date deeply ingrained in the collective memory of history,
I will never forget this day,
marked the climax of these tensions.
Stop it!
A group of senators, led by Brutus and Cassius, and fearing the erosion of the Republic, conspired and executed one of the most famous assassinations in history. Caesar was attacked in the Senate, a place he considered secure, a betrayal that was as much personal as it was political. His last words, often quoted as "Et tu, Brute," symbolize the ultimate betrayal by a trusted friend. Caesar's assassination was not just the end of a man, but the end of an era. It set in motion a series of events that would see the republic he had overpowered plunge into another period of civil wars. The conspirators, believing they were restoring the republic, had instead accelerated its demise. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death unleashed a struggle for control, leading to the rise of his adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus. Octavian, a shrewd and capable leader, eventually triumphed over Caesar's assassins and his rivals. His ascent marked the transition from the Roman Republic to the Roman Empire, with Octavian as its first emperor. This change was not just a political shift, but a transformation of the Roman state and its identity. The ideals of the Republic, which had been eroding under Caesar, were replaced by the autocratic rule of the emperors, a system that would govern Rome for centuries. Caesar's life and death offer a profound philosophical lesson, the delicate balance between power and responsibility. His rise to power, while marked by significant achievements, also showcased how the concentration of power can lead to its own demise. Caesar's dictatorial rule, initially embraced for the stability and glory it brought to Rome, eventually became the catalyst for his downfall and the end of the republic he had sought to dominate. The story of Julius Caesar, from his early days as a young noble to his rise as a military commander, and finally to his role as the dictator of Rome, is a tale of ambition, power, and ultimately a cautionary tale of hubris. It prompts a reflective question: how might the course of history have changed if Caesar had heeded the growing concerns over his concentration of power? This question invites us to consider the intricate dance of power, public sentiment, and the responsibilities of leadership. Caesar's assassination and the subsequent fall of the Roman Republic serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked power. His legacy, a complex tapestry of military genius, political acumen, and autocratic rule, continues to be a subject of fascination and debate. His life story is not just a narrative of personal ambition, but a reflection of the broader struggles of power, governance, and morality that have shaped human history. Caesar's impact on the Roman world was profound, and the lessons drawn from his rule resonate through the ages, reminding us of the timeless interplay between power and its constraints.
We are tonight's entertainment.
Finish him.
It too, Brutus? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
If this narrative resonated with you, do support us. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe. Thank you for staying with us to the end. See you in the next video on Plaid Chronicles.